Hey there, welcome back to the Humble Henry channel. I am so excited that you're here and that we're jumping into my first video of 2025, why I am cutting up my credit cards. Let's get into it. So I have realized that the bad credit card habits have gotten out of hand, the impulse shopping and just other things. And so in this video, I'm going to share how I plan to get out of my current small amount of credit card debt and what is the cash budgeting system that I'm going to use going forward. So for some context on my financial situation, I'm 29 years old. I live in Atlanta, Georgia. I make slightly above $90,000 a year and I work in corporate America. So last year, I found out that that corporate America role was slated to be eliminated. And it really got me thinking, if I'm in a situation where I'm going to be unemployed or have a lapse in employment, I obviously don't want to be burdened down by credit card bills. Thankfully, I was able to find a temporary role at my company that has secured my employment for the next 6 months. However, it really did shake me into thinking, let's make sure that my wallet is in the right place, no matter what happens. I also noticed that the psychological tools that are utilized to get us to spend on credit cards were absolutely working on me. Me and Tap to Pay, we go together real bad, right? And so I wanted to slow down those impulse purchases. Also, the justification of, oh, I'm gonna get the points for it. That does not mean that I need to make this purchase, right? And so I really wanted to get to the root of those choices. I really wanted to rewire my brain spending habits. And in order to get something you've never had, you gotta do something you've never done. I've been an avid credit card user since I was 18 because I understand that the length of credit is gonna be a positive marker of building your credit score. However, it is now time to shake things up. I also got a much appreciated cosign on this thought process from God. My pastor is currently teaching a series on stewardship, right? And so it's a lot of biblically backed knowledge and information around how God expects us to take care of the things he entrusted us with and to be good stewards, right? And so if I take my salary and I blow it all at Sephora and at the mall and at Lulu and I don't have any savings, then I have not been a good steward. That said, let's move on to where my debt stands today, how I plan to pay off that debt, and the cash budgeting system that I'm going to use going forward. So I have 4 credit cards right now that are carrying balances. I have a Chase credit card with about $3,400 on it. I've rounded these amounts. A Target credit card with about $50 on it. Discover credit card with about $540 on it. That's them Cowboy Carter tickets. And then a Citibank credit card with a little bit under $7,000 on it. So we're looking at around $11,000. And even as I'm saying that number out loud, I'm like, how did this even happen? The Chase, Target, and Discover credit cards are going to be paid off in the month of March, which is when I receive my bonus from work, as well as that paycheck. I will use that to eliminate those balances. And then the Citibank one is going to take a little bit more strategy. That one is a 0% APR card, which means it's currently not accruing any interest and it won't start accruing interest until November. So I am going to use a lump sum of my March paycheck to make a dent on that Citi card of about $2,000. And then for the remaining under $5,000, I'm going to just do monthly payments with all of my other bills so that by November, it's completely paid off. Because when you do have those kind of 0% APR offers, if you do not pay it off before it begins, the interest does, they will accrue all the interest, which is a very scary situation. Now that we've talked about my debt, where it stands, and how I'm gonna pay it off, I'm gonna move into how I will operate across the next 6 months regarding my monthly budget. So let's dive in. My monthly budget amount is going to be around $41.50. That is what goes into my checking account after my tithes and offering is pulled out and after my savings goes directly into my high yield savings account. So from that $41.50, I have my mortgage and HOA coming in at $2,500 a month. My Citi credit card that I mentioned will be paying $700 a month on that. My phone bill is going to be $55 a month coming out of my checking account. My utilities, I'm gonna do one amount for gas and electric because obviously they are gonna flux together. I'm hoping to stay around $160 a month for those. I'm budgeting $101 a month for my car insurance, $200 a month for groceries, $150 a month for fun money. This is getting my nails done, going out to eat, things of that nature. $150 for miscellaneous expenses, whether that's parking or, you know, going to get something for my car. It's probably mostly going to be car related stuff, but nice to have a cushion. $60 a month for gas. I think the hardest part of this will be going into the gas station to pay for my gas, because I could not tell you the last time I've done that. And then my gym membership is $24 a month. When you subtract all of that from the $41.50, it leaves me with about $45 cushion, and that money will just kind of hang out in my checking account, hopefully not to be needed. Most of those initial expenses that I mentioned are still going to be electronically paid. While I am cutting up my credit cards, I'm still going to vote for continuity as far as like my bills and things, which I don't want to have to pay in person. However, the groceries, fund money, miscellaneous, gas for my car, those are going to be paid in mostly cash. So I am going to be taking out about $560 a month in cash from the ATM. Please don't rob me. I won't have it on me all at once, but that will be money that I take out from the ATM. And honestly, that's how I grew up. My parents had followed the Dave Ramsey method. They had envelopes, they were labeled, that's where the cash was. And so I'm going to be implementing a similar system. I really hope that this video helps somebody. I am such a big advocate of pay transparency, as you all know, as well as spend transparency. And I think it's important to know that even though everybody looks rich on the internet and everybody has all the fanciest things, some of us do budget. Some of us do practice delayed gratification. And so I think it's just helpful to know. And if for no other purpose is to hold myself accountable, I'm going to start this in April. And then in October, I really hope to just have a completely different relationship with my money, really cut down on the impulse buying, and have a different relationship with my credit cards as well, because I do intend to pick up their use again when it feels like less pressure to do so. I really am excited that you guys have watched this video all the way through. So thank you. This is the Humble Henry, high earner, not rich yet. And I hope to have more content out for you guys soon. Thank you so much. Bye.